Well, hello everyone. Joel Fiesel here with Secured First Financial of Texas. I just wanted to take a couple minutes and just touch on, mindset of a brand new agent and, basically the process and staying the course. Because let me tell you, first of all, being a life insurance agent does have a lot of advantages. Okay. But, if you're new in the industry, not everybody makes it. Okay. Can you make it? You bet you can. And so some of the things that I train on with the new agent is basically, first of all, you got to work on your mind, okay? Because going from maybe a traditional job to basically your own business, 100% commission, that's a change, okay? And most people, I always suggest is keeping a part-time business or a part-time job. That way you have income coming in, and then you can start building up your insurance business on the side, okay? And that is a way that I did it and have helped me have a lot of success. And sometimes it's hard during that process because you're kind of doing two things, but it helps you. It takes the pressure off. And if it takes the pressure off, you're not out there talking to people with desperation, trying to make money and trying to get paid. So obviously you can go full time. I always say is if you have some money set aside that allows you some time to get, things going, that's a good thing too. And so when you're doing this, you have to have the right mindset. The right mindset is, first of all, you have to believe. You have to believe that what you're doing is important. It's making a difference in people's lives and that you can do this. And realize that there's people out there that are looking for coverage and you just have to get a hold of them. And then, of course, the other thing is that, you have to believe that you have good products. And so being an independent agent, we have hundreds of insurance companies we can go out to. So what I always like to say is when there's certain situations and certain health, problems, we have companies that specialize in different things. And a lot of times being independent is we can go to companies that other companies don't have and we can help people. And so those are super important. But you got to believe that, okay? And then, of course, you have to stick the course. Consistency is the key. So you have to consistently call leads, okay? And, of course, if you're not purchasing leads, then you have to go out there and find them. So you have to put in the sweat equity, you have to work. Okay. But if you are purchasing leads, there's going to be an investment up front, just like any business owner. You're going to invest in your company. But what's going to happen, you consistently work those leads, then people are going to start coming from that and you're going to get sales from those leads. And then you're going to reinvest back into your business. But you have to stick the course. You have to call every week. I always suggest somebody, working full time, if you're getting brand new, fresh leads, at least 10 hours of calling per week. But if you're working any age types of leads, it's going to take more calling time, a lot more time. But you have to set aside those times to call, weekly, daily. And then you have to put hours aside that you're going to work your business. And if you can do those things over a period of time, believing that people are interested, people are out there looking for what you have to offer, and that you're going to find them, then things will start to happen. And then that's where you hit momentum and you keep putting more back into it. And so there's always ups and downs in the industry. Okay. There's going to be times when, COVID happens, right? And everything shuts down. You're like, what do I do? Right. And then the industry changes. Guess what? Now we can work from home because of that. There's going to be times when maybe you have a low lead flow, or maybe there's something that happens in your life that, you have a family emergency, things change. Okay. And so there's always ups and downs, but just realize if you stick the course, go back to what made you successful and other things that you've done in your life. Okay. Look at those past successes that you've had to help you get success in a new industry. Hey, I always reference, I like to build things. And so, initially I didn't think that I could. And then I started looking at it and thinking about it. Maybe I can do this, right? And then all of a sudden that thought became, well, maybe I can do it too. I think this is possible. I think I can do this. And then I think I can went to, I can do this. And then all of a sudden I started doing it. And then amazing things happened. And then my confidence raised. It's the same thing in the insurance industry. And so, you got to look at this as anytime you're out there, you're working, again, consistency is the key, right? And, you're building that consistent muscle, which builds that confidence because now you're learning your products, you're helping people. Obviously, training is super important because you've got to continue training. And that's one of the big errors that I see in a lot of agents that get started is They get trained a little bit and they think, oh, I'm okay, I got this. No, you have to consistently go back to training. Even if it's something that you've heard before, sometimes now you're in a different level of knowledge. Then all of a sudden you go, you know what, I didn't get that before. And now all of a sudden it makes sense. And then, so sometimes you got to see those trainings over and over and over again. And then you're adding information upon information. And then so all of a sudden your knowledge base grows. So when I'm an agent with, I like to study the things that, my products, I like to study, I like to learn techniques from other agents as well. And because I want to be the most knowledgeable person in the room, I want to be the expert for that, that client. And so, and another thing that I always say that helps out, of course, let me back up for a minute. Expert is studying, right? So study your craft, okay? Remember, this can be a thing that lasts for as long as you want it to, the rest of your life if you want it to, till retirement. But you got to have a servant's mentality. You have to serve your clients. Sometimes clients are gonna call and, it could be something little. Sometimes it's something big. Sometimes you're like, really, this is what you need? Well, hey, you know what? I understand everybody's different. And I understand everybody's in a different place. Sometimes they maybe not be as physically or mentally strong. And so you're there to help them. And if you come across and you remember that they need help and they're reaching out to you for help, and you're serving them, then what happens is they're going to feel that. And they're going to realize that. And over time, it will give you unlimited amounts of referrals, a repeat business, people appreciating you, compliments that they give you. Like when you go out to the local stores and you see a client that you helped and they give you a hug because they appreciate what you've done for their family. That's happened to me. And I'm telling you, it's a great feeling. And it's hard to get that in other places, and so I enjoy what I do and it makes a huge difference. So if you enjoy what you do, it's like when they say you never work a day in your life. But the big benefit of what we do, being an independent agent, being self-employed, creating our own schedule, is that we have an opportunity to work from home when we want to, is do the things that we want to do, take off the time we want to take off, spend the time with our families when we want to. And of course, you can pass your business on to family members in the future. And so there's a lot of rewards. That's why I love the life insurance industry. And, I always say as an agent, it all starts with your mind and your belief level, and doing the right thing is so important. Sticking the course, okay? Consistent effort over time is where opportunity is going to present itself. And so you can be doing this over and over, and all of a sudden a big case presents itself and you're like, wow, I just cashed a $25,000 or $50,000 check. That does happen in this industry. But overall, it's consistent money, pays the bills, keeps your family fed, keeps you fed, and it's really rewarding overall. So I hope this helps. I get really excited and passionate about this, and I'm a talker. I love talking about this. It gets me just super pumped. But this is the thing. These are the keys to be successful in the life insurance industry. And you know what? I know that you can do it if you believe that you can and you stick the course, get the help. Amazing things can happen. So with that being said, take care until next time. Over and out for now. Bye-bye.